So I've had the Omni printer for a little over a week now, and I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with the results. I have been having a ton of fun doing all sorts of projects, everything from printing on garments, giving the DTF a try, and of course UV printing, which is one of the things that differentiates this machine from other printers on the market. The fact that you can not only print UV ink, but you can also print DTF ink. So some of the things that I have been playing with is the Rotary attachment for the Omni printer, which is probably one of the coolest rotary attachments I've seen. Not only does it move around in the machine, but it will enable you to actually line things up on a cup. If you have pre-existing designs and you're trying to line things up, you can do that. And you can print things with handles, and you can leave the handle attached. But there is a little bit of a catch when you're working with a handle, and that is what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you guys how with the Omni printer you can put a design on a tumbler with a handle, and still be able to line things up relatively appropriately. And I'm going to show you the challenge that you might run into with a handle and a quick little hack on how to fix it. So let's get started. So one of the perks with the rotary tool in the Omni printer is the fact that it not only obviously allows you to print on a cylindrical surface, but it will actually create a 3D model of the cylindrical object that you're putting in it. And it's a fairly straightforward process. You just kind of put the cup in, and then you tell it what type of cup you're placing in it. And when in doubt, just kind of opt for the other shape and let it project and create that. Full wrap designs are one of the ways that the rotary tool really does shine. It's designed to take some of the difficulty out of making sure you're getting accurate measurements of just how big the cup is, and it enables accurate positioning. There is even a full wrap setting that you can enable if you have a design that you just kind of want to drag and drop in, and that way you know that it will run from one end to the other. In this case, I found this really cute repeating pattern on Creative Fabrica that I then put on my Libby cup, and as you can see, it lined up perfectly and create a nice seamless print with minimal effort. Now that I've had some practice with cup designs, let's move on to something more challenging, which is doing a cup with a handle. Probably one of the cooler bits of technology that's been put into the machine. It will map the design that is already existing on the cup. Now, in my opinion, this is kind of a game changer, especially if you're wanting to try and line something up to a design that's already existing on the cup. And I really wanted to try out this positioning of design and seeing how accurate it is. And the way I opted to try and do that was to help my dad kind of fix his favorite mug. His favorite mug has a design on it at the moment, but we're not particularly fans of this logo, and we wanted to kind of just modify it a little bit so it looked a bit nicer. So when I went and ran the mug, I ran it with the handle in place because one of the features that xTool allows with their new rotary attachment is that you can leave the handle in place and it will measure and account for that. We'll spend time measuring, seeing how high the handle is, and then measuring the angle that you can get to before the handle hits the print head. The downside of this, of course, is depending on how big the handle is, you're only going to be able to print yay so far around the side of the cup. So with bigger handles, you're kind of limited to that front portion before the handle gets too high and it's going to strike the print head. The rotary attachment and all of these measurements is designed to protect the print head. Don't have a problem with that. I would very much rather the measurements protect the print head. It's an expensive part. We all know that. However, that proved to be a little bit of a problem in what I was wanting to do. So I opted, like most of us do when we're working with these cups with handles, to unscrew the handle, and I popped it back in the machine. It still got the two metal prongs, and rather than bending them down, I went ahead and put it back in and said, okay, measure this and just consider this a handle, because now the handle is a good inch smaller and should cover what I need. Now, unfortunately, when it went to run that, it was having trouble seeing the handle. I think part of that is that it's looking for a straight line for the laser to detect, and the two prongs just weren't covering it. Now, I did try to run it like as a straight cylinder, and that really confused it because there's this area that's bulging out. So I got a little creative. All I really needed to do was essentially teach the sensor that there is a handle there, but it's not as big. And I'm sure there's plenty of 3D printed parts out there that could be designed to fit over and create a very slim handle, but honestly, why make this complicated? I grabbed some masking tape and ran a tight piece of masking tape from one of the metal prongs to the next one, making sure that it's decently tight, it wasn't going to go anywhere, and then I proceeded to run the scan again.
This time, it definitely saw the handle and was able to scan, get the area of where it needed to stop in order to prevent touching, and then ran the little picture thing. And as a result, I was able to get just enough of that logo that I could make the adjustments that I wanted to do. I positioned this graffiti logo that I found, and then I added in the text that my dad requested on the cup. He wanted all of this in black. I personally would have done the text in a different color, but that is the downside of doing a requested order, is sometimes the design choices aren't the greatest. But anyway, I did this, I got things all lined up, and then I ran it. Now, I ran this with a layer of CMYK and a layer of white underneath. Realizing that it's all black, I probably could have gotten away with a layer of just straight CMYK, but the default is white and a layer of CMYK, so I just kind of left it. You can calculate the ink and the ink cost prior to running it. And within that, you can actually adjust the cost of the inks. So I let the cup run. It took about 13-14 minutes for this. Not too bad. So for like what I would say a side logo of a cup is about 6.5 minutes per layer. Decently quick. I haven't done a full wrap yet. It's on my to-do list. The downside, of course, of doing these Stanley cups is that you're only going to be able to kind of do the top section, at least from the impression that I'm getting. But I am going to try and do a more full wrap on another Stanley cup that I've got that's green. I've got kind of a kawaii idea in place. But anyway, ran the design and it popped out. And as you can see, I got perfect alignment with this. It really did line up right on top of the graphic where I want. So now we've got the logo all fixed, and it shows support for a local business that has been present in the town that my parents grew up in for many, many years.
So yeah, that turned out pretty good. It's my dad's cup. He takes it to work and he works maintenance at a local church. Otherwise, I would have totally put a different phrase underneath the Buc-ee's logo, but again, church building, so, work with what you got. So I hope that hack helped you a little bit. I definitely find taking the handle off and doing that trick will enable you to get a much closer print. You probably, if you wanted to and need to get it even closer, could probably just bend them down even more if you wanted to. The challenge is that you still have to then kind of bend them up. So I didn't necessarily want to do that, but I would imagine I could get much closer if I absolutely needed to. But I mean, just doing that gets it almost pretty nicely centered. So this was a design that I did for my daughter's teacher. That came out really good as well. And this is like a honkin' 40-ounce one. I don't understand the 40-ounce tumblers. I really don't. I mean, I've got one, but it's a 30-ounce, and to me, that's plenty big enough. I hope this video helps you guys out a little bit. If you're interested in ordering the Omni printer, I do have an affiliate link in the description below. With the affiliate link, I get a little bit of a kickback, and it helps support the channel and keep things moving. Otherwise, you can just go to xTool's website and order the printer there. But it's definitely a tool I recommend, and I have been enjoying so much. I don't know if giddy is the right word to use, but that is probably one of my favorite machines in the studio. If you want to see more content like this, by all means, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Also, if you could tap the like button to tell the Eldritch algorithm that this video was a good one, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.